Hello everyone. So we're gonna go in. We're gonna check out the porch bees. If you watched yesterday's video when we were just doing the regular walking around the porch after I cleaned out the bunnies, I did notice that they're acting funny, and I do think it was because it was raining someplace away. But I want to be extra sure that they're not that wasn't like a pre-swarm. I've got plenty of stuff around so that if I need to address that as a pre-swarm, or if there's other stuff going on in there, then we're going to address that now. But we're going to jump in there, we're going to check on the queen, we're going to check that one, we're going to check the Russians, and then we're going to check away my walk-away split that I have up here. And that's what we're going to do today. Mainly we're focusing on the porch. One, I don't have to be in the hot sun. Two, it's supposed to rain later today, and so I don't want to have too many bee things set up and not be able to get them all finished with the plan of action. So I've got some smoke going there. I'm gonna wear the veil. I'm just gonna wear the veil today, and then we're gonna get in there and we're going to address what's going on with the bees and see what we find out, see what we learn, and it should be a good time. Again, if you guys have any questions, definitely feel free. ! Discord if you want to join the Discord. So, and I'm going to put the veil on and get my tools that I'm going to need. And we should be good to go. So I do need to make sure, unlike I've done before, I do need to make sure all of my dreads are actually tucked in. Which they are. Wonderful. Only because some of you might be wondering why you're wearing the veil, Doc. You don't normally like to wear the veil unless you're working with your hot bees, and the porch bees are your calmest of your bees. Part of the reason is at any given point the weather can change, and then a bunch of bees are starting to come back, and during that time, during the complete weather change, they get hyper-focused on wanting to just do one thing, and so that was when they'll be the most upset about me getting in here. So I'm going to stick with this because I can feel the barometric pressure outside change. I can feel everything, but I really want to see how much I can get done before we get in there and get that. So I'm going to walk over here. I'm going to set you guys up here. I do need to move these guys up top. So let me move these guys up top so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to be moving those guys up top, because we're going to get into these guys. We'll be getting into those guys next. But for now, we're just going to stick with that. So this is what we're getting into. I hope this AC isn't too loud, because this is the main thing I need to be able to put this on. So we're going to be getting in here. I'm going to grab my tool, and we're going to check it out. Actually, because I'm afraid this AC is kind of loud, I'm going to get my other thing and I'm going to put you guys on this side. So I need to unscrew you guys for just a second, and then I'll put you guys on this tripod. I can't tell. It could, I know a lot of stuff sounds louder than it should be. And I want you guys to be able to hear me. That is kind of the goal of teaching the classes, is you guys being able to hear me. So let me get this in, and then we're going to open up this beehive. Okay, spin the camera around. Doing all this stuff on the fly makes it very interesting, your setups. You guys just get to see the little bit of prep work that I have to do. Let's see, I want to get you guys so you guys will be able to see. You know what? I think if I lock you guys right there. If I lock you guys in right there, we should be good. So, okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I think you guys can see everything. Hey, Sun Bear! Hope you're doing well. Okay, so we can already see, I'll go up a little bit. We can already see we've got an excess of bees in this. So the fact that there's bees up here on this hot summer day means that we have an excess of bees. So some of you might wonder what that means. What does the excess of bees mean? The excess of bees mean it's time for them to have another box. So I'm gonna have to go through. And figure stuff out. No, these are the porch bees. These guys aren't angry. I'm wearing the veil today simply because the weather is gonna go through some crazy changes, and we're gonna have and if the weather happens to start raining or turning colder or turning wetter while I'm working on the bees, I'm gonna have a lot of bees coming back in, and they don't like to come back to a hive that's partly open. So I'm just I'm wearing the veil because this isn't the optimum day to be getting into bees, but because of stuff yesterday, them acting up a little bit. I'm not sure what was going on yesterday, but I just want to be extra sure. So I'll thank you for the host. So we're going to jump on here, and we're going to make sure that everything's good to go. We're going to inspect these guys and see what's going on. So I got my tool. I'm going to try to do everything because I'm only really working on 3 hives today. I'm going to do the 3 hives on the thing. So but we're just going to go really slow. Again, I'm going to peek at the camera. If you guys have any questions, feel free to definitely ask. They've got this one glued down pretty well. Here it goes. Cool, just right there. Thank you. Okay. We got lots of bees. I just want to make sure, I'm going to look at the top of this. We're just making sure the queen's not hanging up here. I don't think she is. She's rarely on the top. So we're going to take this over here. And I have a table set up over there you just can't see. So over there I have a table set up to make sure that I can put everything nice and safe. So you can see everything's looking good. A lot of heat coming off of this. So we're gonna start on the outside. I'm gonna start over here on this frame, and we're gonna pull up some of the frames. We'll probably not take all the frames out, but we're gonna pull up some of the frames. We're gonna look to see what's going on. I'll show you guys if there's brood, if there's honey, if there's other things going on. So that's what we're gonna be doing. So they've got that one glued in pretty well, which is good. So let's just get this guy unglued. Okay. Glued on this side. So you can see they're starting to pull out comb. This is a plastic comb. My bees don't seem to like the plastic as much, but they're starting to draw it out a little bit. So you can see it kind of more at the bottom where they're drawing it out more. So this is on the end. So I'm going to put this one over here. So far so good. We're not overpacked, which is what I was initially thinking could have been the issue with the way they're acting up. So these guys, you can see they've drawn out some comb as well. A lot of hard work there. Still doing good. Okay, so this next one we're going to be pulling out. This is, since we're starting to get to the center, this one is definitely going to have probably some more comb. And so we're going to spend a little bit more time looking at this one so we can see what we've got here. So I'll move you guys back a little bit so when I hold this one, we'll be able to identify it. So since I'm not in a hurry, if you guys notice how slow I'm going, I'm trying to go slow because I'm trying not to stress these guys out. I don't really want to use smoke. I've got smoke here if I have to use it, but I'm trying not to use any smoke, trying not to, that can panic the bees and that can make them wanting to do other things. Trying not to do any of that. So just going slow, trying to stay calm, and trying not to do anything irrational to make the bees, think that I'm more of a threat. Again, these are the porch bees. They're probably the calmer of all my bees. So okay, so we have some honey. So what you guys see is there is some honey right back down there at the bottom. There is some honey that's not capped. We've got that stuff that's right there in the middle, that kind of yellow orangey stuff, that's brood. And then we've got some more honey. We got some more honey up here. So there is a chance, I'm gonna look to see if I see any eggs. I don't see any eggs, but we have a little bit of a brood pattern up here. So that means the queen's been up here. We're gonna look on this side, so we see some brood right there in the center of the screen. We see some. Let's let that focus back in on a second. Up there, we see some capped honey, and we've got some capped honey here. No eggs. I'm gonna look a little closer while you're looking there. I don't see any eggs, so I'm guessing that she's probably not up here. She probably just swang up. She probably just came up here, dropped some eggs off, and continued on. So I'm gonna go take this one over. I'm gonna take this one over here and put it where I'm putting the other ones right now. All I'm doing is, the reason I'm putting those in another box is I'm just ensuring I've got more room to move around and things. The more room you have, the less you are to squish bees, the less you are to drop things, the less you are to make things so that you're going to angry the bee. You're going to make the bees angry. So this one's nice and glued. So the bees make this thing called propolis, and which is bee glue, and they use that to glue everything together. They use that to keep things insulated and tight. Okay, so we have a lot of brood on here. So you guys can see lots of brood on there. Not as much honey. It's kind of a dirty comb. I'm going to peek up here real fast just to make sure I don't see the queen in a quick glance, but I'm not seeing any eggs up here neither. This is a full, absolutely full brood. There's a couple drone combs in there, but in general, this is mostly all really nice brood. No eggs. Just nice. Just nice brood with some honey. With some honey up top. So you guys can see the brood right there, and then up top where there's a lot of bees, that's where the honey is. So it's a good pattern. It's a nice pattern that they have set up here. You guys are doing a good job. You guys want to see a drone? I happen to have a drone on my hand. So that's a drone. They're a boy bee. They don't sting. They just make more bees. Well, really, they just make sure the colony. They just make sure the genes of the colony stay well, because they just go to the bee bars and hang out and look for the queens. Okay, let's crack this next one open. So we got some brood here. You guys can see the brood. It looks like we got some newly hatched stuff up there. We got let's see if I can show you guys, like, kind of, bees are covering him right now. But you can see a bee hatching right there, kind of in the center of the screen. Little hole, there's a bee walking over them now. So, right there is the bee hatching, or being born. Because they chew their way out. Lots of bees over here. Nice, really nice pattern. I don't see a queen. Wouldn't expect to see the queen up here right now because this is mostly just brood. So I'm going to take this over and stick it over there. Okay. So I'm setting myself up another little place that I can put bees in. Okay, so let's we're gonna get in. We're gonna go inspect some more. So as we get here in the middle, we should be seeing more and more brood, with the possibility of seeing the queen. She could be up top. Yeah, I jumped that a little bit, so I'm gonna give them just a second because they probably didn't like me doing that. Okay, so we got a lot of empty up here. I'm going to take a quick look, guys, and then if I see any eggs, I'll show it to you. So no eggs up in here, so this one just recently hatched. We do have an interesting clump right here, though. See this clump? When you see a big clump like that and a clump like this in the corners, you want to pay attention because there could be something going on up there. So I'm going to give a look. Looks like the clumps are just honey right now. So I'm going to raise you guys up a little bit now. Get you guys a little bit deeper down. So you guys can kind of see deep inside the hive, because that's a view you don't always get to see, is that nice looking into the hive. Seeing what it's like to be inside the hive. Kind of what I'm looking at, so when I look down in there, seeing all the bees and such like that. So this one's got some burr comb on it, so I'm probably going to want to clean, well, yeah, this got a little bit of burr comb up top there, so I'll probably want to clean this one before I put it back in here. So the reason you want to clean some of the burr comb, so that's burr comb is like stuff like this, or stuff like this that's growing up top. The reason you want to clean some of that is because it can make it, they can glue stuff together, and it can make it harder and harder for you to get in there and do inspections with the bees without hurting additional combs. So we've got some brood up here. There's the brood. Got a lot of empty chambers. Okay, I do think I'm seeing some eggs in there, which is good, because I had to step back a little bit more in the sun. So I do think I'm seeing some eggs, which is what I want to see. Got some more brood. Some more brood up here. I'm not seeing, now again, this isn't the best way to observe, but I'm not seeing anything that is resembling a Varilla mites. So that is absolutely spectacular. So don't see the queen, but we're going to continue adventure on. Everything is looking really well. There's a lot of guys hanging on this one. This one's going to be a little bit harder to pick up without my tool. Okay. So I have some bee bread on this one, which is a little different. The bee bread is right there kind of in the center of the screen. A lot more bee bread on this one. Got some brood there at the bottom. So you guys can see the brood right there at the bottom. Let's flip over on the other side. Don't see a queen, but everything's looking good. I'm gonna stick this one down over here. Okay, we got these last two in here to address, and then we'll go down into the next box. We're going to do a complete bee inspection today on this one, unless the weather turns crazy while I'm in the middle of doing this. Okay, so we're gonna get down there. We're gonna check out these guys next. Got a lot of bees there, so it's gonna be harder for me to pick that one up right there. So we got some brood, and we've got some larvae. I don't know how well you guys can see the white kind of right there in the center of the screen. I'm going to peek over this real fast, see if I see some eggs. It looks like there's some eggs. Got some this side. Oh, we got some bee bread. We got some larvae. Don't see the queen. So everything's looking good. This one I need to clean off that extra bird I was telling you about. We're going to get this next one. I'm really interested to see what they're doing with that green one. So, got some bee bread over here. Got a lot of bees working down here. I don't see a queen. So next we're going to go and we're going to take this next frame. We're going to take this box down. We're going to get to this lower box. we're going to give these guys a minute, because now that I've opened them up, these guys are going to be a little bit more stressed. And like I said, I like to try to not stress my bees as much as possible. So it might be a good idea while we're doing that. I'm gonna go grab an extra box. Now I'm just gonna clean off this box over here. So what I did, guys, what you couldn't see I was doing off screen, is I set up another box that I can just move these guys into. And that it's not that I'm going to move them into, it's that just I have an extra box so that when we're inspecting them, I can just carry them over there. That way they're not sitting on the ground. I'm not running about bumping into them or anything like that. Plus, I need to, I see this is really, really cockeyed, and so I need to fix the cockeye of this, how this, so I'm going to start off with this. I know it's going to be silly, but I'm actually going to start off right here in the middle because it doesn't look like they've done a whole lot with this green one. So just kind of interested. The green is a crazy experiment I was trying. So I haven't really done anything to it. So this is drone comb. This is designed for drone comb. I was just kind of curious if I put it in here, if they'd end up doing anything with it. And you guys can see they were building stuff up top, and they've just not really done anything with this one. I might keep it in here, just cause. But I'm gonna take this back over. I'm gonna take it over to the other side. It's funny though. I purposely put it into the middle too to see if that would prompt them into wanting to build some more, and it didn't seem to do that. So I have another comb right here. I mean, another frame right here that doesn't seem to have a lot of comb on it. And got a couple guys right there that weren't too happy with me, so I'm gonna give them a second. That should be enough time. Okay, so these guys are at least building on this one a little bit. They don't seem to like it as much as some of the other stuff. So So far, they seem to like the black acorn comb, and they seem to like the wood with the traditional wax. That's what we're seeing is looking like it is what most of the bees are choosing to build on. Now, some of it has already been pre-combed up. What this is this tells you the temperature and the humidity inside the comb, or inside the hive. So it works. It works through occasional Bluetooth. I really like these things. They've really helped. I'm gonna put it over here so I don't lose it. We got building a lot of comb here. A lot of comb building. So that's good to see. I'm gonna put this over here. It's not that exciting. So let's get into this next one. So I'm giving them a second. I'm starting to get bumped a little bit more. These guys are starting to get not entirely happy with me. So you guys can see, doing some more comb building. I'm gonna put this one over here. So we're gonna go to this black one next because this is the one I'm kind of interested in. This is my guess on where the queen could possibly be. So I'm going to give this one a little tiny bit of smoke. I'm just giving this one a little tiny bit of smoke just in case the queen happens to be up high. Okay. I wanted to tell them guys to go down so I can pick this kind of up right here in the middle. Okay. So we have a lot of brood right there at top. Not a lot, but a good amount. We got larvae inside. Hope you guys can see. If you kind of look, you can kind of see the little white glares inside. That's larvae. Future bees. Flip it over on the other side. Same thing on the other side. That's a larvae. Lots of brood. So there's a good chance the queen's on this. So I'm gonna try to stick it just here, so you and me can both search for her. We got some guys right there in the top corner doing some stuff that's interesting, so there's a chance that she's up there. You know, I'll flip it over. Nice brood up here. I'm going to look a little closely for myself real fast so you guys can peek down and watch the bees. I'll do a quick little scan. Okay, so I didn't see her on that one, so we're gonna get down in this, look at this next one. Lots of brood here. Nice brood pattern here. I'm going to take a quick peek myself, real quickly. Good brood pattern on this side as well. Hey, thanks for the host. So, still looking? Let you guys use your eyes for a second. Get this all on screen. Oh, cool, thanks. Yeah, Sunbear's awesome. And you're awesome too for hosting me. Thank you. Right now we're just seeing if we can find the queen on here. All that nice brood right there in the middle. I'm not seeing any eggs. So we're going to continue on. I'm going to put this over on the other side. We're going to look at this next one. Okay, so let's get down and break into this one. There's a good chance we missed her. There's also a good chance that she's still with four frames left. There's still a good chance that she's on this one. So I'm going to okay, I'm going to move this back just a little bit so this next one will be able to hold up to the screen a little bit better and really get a good view, because I'm going to be surprised if we actually missed her. Because they're piling up top again, and just in case she's up top, I'm going to give that a little tiny bit of smoke. Just a little tiny bit of smoke, because I don't really want them to panic. I kind of want to make sure that the queen's not hanging out top, because I've seen it happen before. Okay, cool. Just enough to bring them down. So now we're going to get in here. See if she is on this one. Okay, so we got a lot in here. You can't see it very well, unfortunately, but a lot of larvae, a lot of little tiny eggs. So that's good. Let me try to set this up so we can look at the whole frame. Okay, that's most of the whole frame. See if we can see her in here anywhere. I'm not really seeing her. I'm gonna flip this bad boy over. I'm gonna double check it just before I flip her over. We got a lot of bees on this one. It's got some honey right there up top. You guys see that kind of darkish color right there? That's honey. You guys can see there's some uncapped honey still right there. I'm gonna look real fast with my own eyes, just to make sure I don't see her as well. Okay, don't see her, gonna move on. Yeah, Rhythmic, honey's really good for you. It does, I'm smelling the honey because it smells nice of honey and wax right now. It does make you, being inside the bees and playing with them, it does make you you want honey. Surprisingly, these guys aren't producing me a lot of honey right now. I'm surprised that I'm not seeing more honey in here, but I think they're really working on some other stuff right now. So we're just gonna peek at these frames right now because I'm pretty sure they're both empty. Yeah, just empty frames. Seeing what these guys would do with empty frames. Obviously not a whole lot. You can see they're up here hanging out. Okay, now we're getting into the last frame, which it's weird if she's on the end, but I've seen it before. I'm gonna peek down here and look real fast just to see if she happens to be chilling out on the sides. No chilling out on the sides. Step over here in the sun. Okay. Well, she's not on. I don't see her on this one. I'll let you guys take a peek. We'll look again. I don't see her. Sit here and look for just one more second. This would be a good candidate. Lots of honey they're making on this one. Okay. So we'll check this one. We'll check this one last time before we put it back in. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make sure she's not hanging around on the sides. So you guys can jump in here and zoom in. You can see there's a lot of bees still hanging out on the side. So we're going to peek down here. We're going to look. Not looking like it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep, I don't see anything that looking like she's down in there. So I do want to fix this because it's pretty cockeyed. So I'm gonna fix this cage up right now. That's a lot better there. Okay, cool. So what was happening, guys? I don't know if you could tell, but it wasn't square on the thing. So I wanted it to be more square. Looking here one more time just to see what's going on. So we'll tell you. I'm gonna add this to the mix. I am. I am a little concerned So I am a little concerned that we don't have more honey production in here. So the honey production seems to be way down. So that is a little concerning to me. Something to pay attention to. Something I need to be really thinking about. I might end up feeding these guys. If we do, I'll break down how we end up doing that. So we're gonna put everything back. We're gonna look for the queen again. They got plenty of room. They got more room than I think that. More than enough room. I'm gonna make sure that all of the bottom rows that gives them more room. So we're gonna put in the frames. We'll go step by step how I'm gonna put the frames in and how we're gonna do that. But I was afraid that at one particular point that they were running out of room. I'm no longer. I don't have that fear anymore. It just like last year though, there's something off. The bees are well. And we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe when we look around to the other bees and such like that, it just could be maybe we're in the dearth. But there's stuff flowering, and I've been seeing a lot of people bring stuff in. It's just the amount of honey. I was expecting a little bit more, larger amount of honey compared to the brood in empty space. So that's just my analysis. Let's go. Let's start adding these guys back. First ones I'm going to add is that one sitting on the ground right there. We're going to peek over this one more time just to see if there is a queen. But this is a this is the black plastic, the acorn plastic. They seem to dig this stuff. They don't seem to have a problem making comb on this, so that's good. They are making some honey. They are making some honey up there in that corner. So okay, so I don't see her. I'm going to assume that she's not on this one because this queen's fairly easy to spot. Oh, wait, there she is. Awesome. Guys, right there. Okay, see guys right there at the very tip top. That's, of course, it's not going to... I lost her. Let me find her again. She's right there at the bottom. You guys can see her. She's going to be... You guys can kind of see the black butt. There you go. She's right there in the corner. Right there in the corner. I did just get stung once now. But probably because I'm... But she's right there. She's right there, guys. So, climbing up the side. So that's good to go. Good. So glad that she's here. That makes me happy to see her. I'm going to put this one a little bit more to the middle. I'd like it better if she wasn't on the side so much, but okay. So I was swinging that probably around too much, so that's probably why I got the sting. It's a good one. Since I know I'm taking off 2 frames, I'm going to put 2 frames back in. Okay. So, I put 2 empty frames in to replace those other empty frames. The queen should be over there hanging out with those. So we got this nice straightened back up. So we're good to go. Glad to see the queen. Glad we ended up finding her. I'm gonna set that one right there for just a second.
I don't mean to alarm anybody, but I think we're being followed.
Thanks for the follow. So, we're going to move this guy's over. I'm gonna go grab a few more of those, get them in place. I'm actually gonna scoot that one back over to where it needs to go, but I'm getting bumped a lot right now, so I'm gonna try to cool down. The bees are kind of they're obviously a little pissed, so we're gonna cool down for just a bit. So I'm just gonna. I think that problem is that once you get that first sting, even if you don't mean to put the adrenaline out there, your body's gonna produce a little extra adrenaline. The bees are going to be able to smell that extra adrenaline on you. They're also going to be able to smell their own their pheromones from when they stung you. So, but one sting, not too bad. For as long as we've been in the hive for an hour, so that's pretty good. So, we did find the queen. We found the queen. We found what we're looking for, and the weather is just like I was saying. The main reason I'm wearing the veil is the weather is definitely starting to cloud over. I can definitely feel that it's probably not long before we might get some rain, and so what's probably happening is a lot of the bees are coming back, and they just want to get into their home, and their home's open. So okay, I'm gonna go grab another one. Got a lot of brood. Try Okay. So we got a couple more to get in here, and then we'll put the next layer on. So far we're only at 2 stings. That's not bad. We got 2 more frames to get into this, and then we'll put the next layer up. I'm gonna give these guys back, see what they end up doing. I'm also gonna give them I'm also gonna give them the green one back. Kind of interested to see what they ultimately do with it as well. So I put this on top of this over here, so I need to take this off so I can get to what I need to get to. Okay. Let me get that squared up. So we're going to get that nice and squared up so I can put some more in there so it can stay nice and square. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. So now we're going to get the We're gonna start putting all the other ones on top. Ah, you know what? Almost forgot to put my my brood meter in, which is actually a tool that I need for this hive. Guys, stop. I'm just trying to... Okay. Okay, so I might actually have to walk away for a minute because we're definitely getting some... These guys are definitely more irritated in the last few minutes. So, but the good thing is we did find the queen. I did get that brood thing in there. But we have some, we definitely have some irritated bees. So, I've got about 10 frames I need to pop up here. And again, I usually like to try not to stress them out. And right now maybe it's because the weather's changing, or some of them are just not used to being so far away. Some of them now they've been out for about an hour. So, and again, only been stung twice. So trying to keep that, I like to try to keep my numbers as low as possible. They haven't really gone after the veil. So that's a good thing. So again, I'm wearing that just because it's with how irritable they could be with the weather changing and such like that. So we're just gonna go in. You guys see where I put the other ones before. So they're in that hive right there. I'm just gonna collect a few more, bring them over here. And then after we get done this, I still want to go through. We're gonna go. There's a hive. There's a walkaway split hive that I want to check. It should possibly have a queen now, so we're gonna check that as soon as I get this hive put back together. Yeah, so this this hour and a half in the hive definitely have upset some of those guys over there. So I'm gonna try to get some more of those in just a minute. Plus, I don't know if you can tell, like, you guys see how windy it is actually out. So that's actually affecting the weather, and that kind of stuff is affecting them as well. So, and those are keeping track. We're at 3 now. So. So we're gonna get. I think I'm gonna start. I might want to keep that one just in case I do that walkway split. Just in case that one hasn't been doing so well, I might end up. I might end up doing some other stuff, adding another one of those in to see if I can keep that one, to try to make that happen for sure. So, okay. You know, I wonder where I did put my tool. I'm going to look for my tool while you guys watch that for just a second. Where was my tool? It was in my box right where it should be. I don't know how I missed it. Clean up that one. So the reason you keep seeing me walk away like that is I'm trying to calm down the bees. So I'm gonna make a little bit of smoke for those lower guys, just because they're starting to get extra stressed, and so this, as much as I don't like doing this, this is just a better option than having them. Plus, I need to clean off those ones, so. You guys can see I cleaned all that burr. I cleaned all that burr off the top. So got let's see, how many got in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 more in there. Grab the tool. It's over here. Okay. I'm gonna save that one frame. I'm gonna save that one frame that I have over there for just a minute, so I can check on. So we can walk over there real fast and check on that other stuff. So I'm gonna put this right here, just for temporary purposes. We're gonna walk over and we're gonna check on this first. So this is what we're looking at. So this is a what we're looking at here was a walkaway split where I was trying to create a Carney Queen. I think it's a Carney Queen. I'm starting to try to create a Carney Queen. So we're gonna look in here. We're gonna see if we got lucky and they started creating a queen or not. If they did start creating a queen in here, great. If they didn't, then we do have one other option. That's why I haven't put that one frame in yet. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. So... no queen on that one. Give it just a second. And then we're gonna look at this next one and see if not. And if not, then we're going to put in. I'm going to then integrate that other one in there and see what happens. Hold on, just give me a second, guys. Some of these guys are made a little bit too much. I jostled around too much for these guys. Okay, so we're getting ready to look. That one should be. Okay, the answer is no. So, I'm going to put one of these back right here. We're going to put that in there. And we're going to make another attempt to see if they'll create a queen. I'm not sure. It's kind of late in the season. And I want going to give those guys all those bees. So they have a little extra. They have a little extra bees there, and I'm gonna stick this one. I'm gonna stick this one over here. Okay, so it'll take those guys a little bit of time to fly up in here, but I'm going to put this lid on. And, okay. So those guys will figure out what we're going to do. So we got one more to go through. And that's the Russians. Just need to give myself a little bit more room, so the Russians are in that one, plus I can put that lid back on top once I get this established. So So what we're doing is I'm going to make this easy for you guys to be able to see this one as well. So I'm going to take that one up here, and we're going to check out this one. It's a little shakier than I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. Okay, I'll get you guys right here. Get all my tools back in place. So what this is that's a waterer for these guys. Actually, a feeder is what I meant to say, not a waterer. Wait, that was the Russians. That one over there was the Russians. This is the queen that I got from. This is the Will's queen. So, the one that I'm not sure, we weren't sure too much about. So we're gonna go through this fairly quickly. We're gonna see if she's in here, if she's doing anything, and if so, if anything's going on. I'm trying to. So they're producing some honey. Those cups were already here. They're producing some honey. Those cups were already here. No queen so far. So we're looking in this one. Okay, so we have some larvae. Don't see any eggs, unfortunately. We got one more frame to go through, but so far, not looking as promising as I was hoping. No queen here. Got some honey up here. So I'm really digging in here and I'm looking deep. That's why you see me walk away. So far, I'm not seeing any good signs. Nothing's looking super positive about there being a queen in this mix. So. Okay. So I'm making a new decision. I don't think there's a queen in here. And I am just going to take that walk away. I'm going to take that walk away split and I'm going to move those guys. I'm going to move those guys into this area where they have a little extra room and some extra bees. And we'll see, maybe that will help out with what's going on. No, we should be able to get it before the rain comes. I'll show you guys what I'm going to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, because these don't have a queen and those don't have a queen yet, but that's got some brood that I just put in there. I'm going to move I'm going to move these guys over into this bigger one, and we're going to water this. These guys got a little bit of honey too, so that's what we're going to focus on.
You see gum on the street, leave it there. It's not free candy.
Thanks for the ice cream. So, we might check on this one day next week, and if it looks like they need more brood or stuff like that, we might end up adding a little bit more into this. So these guys are going to get totally confused because they've just moved around a couple times. Okay, so now we're going to do the always not so fun spot, but what needs to be done, because I need those bees to be in here, so we're just going to dump them. You know what, before I do that, I think I'm going to go over there and snag one more thing of brood. I think that's just a good idea.
I don't mean to alarm anybody, but I think we're being followed.
Hey, thanks for the follow. So I'm going to walk over to the other hive. I'm going to grab a thing of brood. I'll show it to you guys, and then I'll put it in, and then we'll dump the rest of those bees in. So we got some brood on this side and some brood on this side. So we got gonna have some really confused bees here, because this is pretty much three different groups that are being kind of forced together because I needed the brood, and these other two hives just were not. They were queenless. They just weren't having queen. So the idea is I'm hoping that there's enough brood in there so I can at least make one queen. Now we're going to put the lid back on that guy. The front door is this way, so the lid goes here. I'm going to put this right here where the other one was. and cross our fingers and hope that it turns it into more bees. Okay, so give me a second. I need to put the lid. I need to put the lid back on that other bees, that the ones that I'm working on over there. I need to put the lid back on those, but they were a little irritated with me for having to get into them again. So I'm just giving it a second, and then we're gonna walk out and say hi to all the animals like we normally do. So just give me a minute. I'll get that in place. Okay, well, I need to clean up. We need to clean up my mess first. So let's I'll show you guys how I store all the extra stuff. So you got the, see, those guys they've got their, I got their lid on. They're good to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and store all the extra frames and such. It's always good to have extra frames. Some of my extra frames are wood without wax. I do have the wax I need to put in here. I just don't have it. Those are deep. I got a couple more over here. So I have those little plastic portable nukes, which are really great. They're really great for catching swarms, or if you have swarms sitting around, or if you just need to do a quick little split. So we're gonna go over here so you guys can see what I'm doing next. And then I bought a bunch of these. It's called Acorn Bee. These are, if you're gonna buy plastic frames, these are what I found seems to be the best. The bees seem to dig these. So. Is it 8 frames, so we're good with this. I always like to make sure I have a couple spare boxes and such sitting around, because you never know when you have to do another split or things of that sort. So almost done, and then we'll go walk around the farm for a minute and then do a bee recap.
think that is all my frames.
Yep. You guys can see there's a couple bees hanging out in there. They'll be fine. They'll find their way to where they need to go. Okay. I shouldn't have, as I say that, a bee lands on me. I was going to say, I shouldn't have too many guys bothering me now. We're pretty good to go. Take my gloves off, take everything off, and we'll do a quick little recap of what's... There's a couple bees just hanging out here, deciding they want to irritate me. Mocking me. Okay. So let's go, we'll do a quick little recap of what was going on. So what we did is we went into our main hive, the main porch bee hive, which are Russians, by the way. I think I might have miscalculated what they were. They were Russians, which was interesting because they actually went a lot longer. Russians usually don't like you to be in the hive for more than like 20-25 minutes, and those guys let me in there for about an hour, 20 minutes before they really started getting angry. So we did an inspection of the three hives that were on the porch. The one hive was queen right. We found her right there at the end. The Russian, she was good. The other two hives, the one definitely did not have a queen. The walkaway split that I was trying absolutely did not have a queen. So no bueno there. And then the other one, I didn't see any signs of a queen, but it won't hurt to mix. If there happens to be a queen that I missed, and we just combining those two and giving them the extra brood. So if there is a queen and I just missed her, the extra brood will just help strengthen up until she can start laying well. If there wasn't a queen, it wasn't queen right, there hopefully is enough brood in there so that maybe there might be enough time to make another queen. Again, all of those were just bees that were kind of splits and were kind of just experiments anyways. So I only lost one hive this year so far, and that was the Italians. They just never did well. They just didn't do well. So we bought I think we bought 6, and let's see how many hives we have right now. 3, 4, 5. Let's see, hold on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have 11. So not bad. Pretty happy with. Oh, a 12. I have Stormy Daniels out there in the field. Totally forgot about her. So here you guys want to see. You guys want to see the ducks. So here's the Muscovies hanging out back here. Let's go down and say hi to Miss Sylvia. Hi, Miss Sylvia. Why are we ending?